Hi guys, it's Jess and I have some really exciting news for you. We here at Flunk have been busy making you guys an audiobook. It's called Flunk Social Distancing and it takes place between season 2 and 3. It's narrated by me, Jess, who plays Ingrid. The story follows what the characters get up to during coronavirus lockdown. Will it bring Danny and Ingrid together? Maybe. I have a little excerpt for you right now. It never occurred to me that before long, cinema screenings or any gatherings of large groups would be a thing of the past. We were so excited to see the film, Danny's Choice, about an older woman and her younger lesbian lover. Typical. Another way for her to poke and prod at me, which of course is what she ended up doing, literally, throughout the movie, trying to make me laugh during serious scenes. She was worse than her brother for that. The excitement was less about the movie though than all the flirting that had just occurred at the bowling alley. I, of course, was embarrassingly terrible, but Danny didn't care. It didn't surprise me one bit when Danny scored a half strike on her first try, and a couple more later in the game. She was always good at physical stuff. It came naturally. I was lucky if my ball didn't end up in the gutter, but it gave her an excuse to teach me. "How does that feel?" asked Danny as she stood behind me. She was holding up my arm to get a sense of the weight of the bowling ball. "Pretty good," I said. We can do better than good," she said, as she swapped the ball for a lighter one with tighter finger holes. Now I see what you mean." I laughed as I held the ball up, excited. "You better watch out," I warned. I approached the lane, swung my arm, and clunk, another ball down the gutter. "Sorry, what were you saying?" she asked, teasing. "I'm still getting used to it," I said defensively. She rose to her feet again, this time pulling me in close to her body as I looked down the lane. "The trick is to keep your eyes on one of those little arrows. Aim for those. If you just swing and hope for the best, it'll never land." I followed her instructions and knocked down every single pin. I threw my hands in the air, celebrating. Though the overhead bowling computer told me it was only a half strike, I still considered it an epic victory. "Is that how you've been doing so well?" I asked. Yeah," she said, talking to me like I was an idiot for a fact. "No one ever teach you that before?" "There's nothing wrong with being a beginner," I said, sitting down as Danny prepared to take her turn. "You won't be a noob forever," she promised, as she bowled another strike. Danny's efforts to teach me accelerated at a rapid pace during the movie. Sat in the back row, almost alone in the cinema, she was able to make her move. Her random pokes and prods prompted a reaction, and I tried to give as good as I got. Eventually, we compromised on holding hands. That was sweet, I thought, as I started to focus on the movie again. I almost didn't notice Danny lifting my hand up and putting it in her mouth. She ran her tongue along one of my fingers. What's the correct response to that? I had no idea. Starting to panic, I leaned over and kissed her, hoping that would suffice, but her hand soon wandered over towards the top of my jeans. So because of coronavirus in Australia, we've had to delay filming season 3 of Flunk for a little while, but we wanted to continue the story, and so we've brought you this. It's an emotional deep dive into Ingrid's relationships with Stella and Danny and Grace, who you have not met yet. It's available right now on Vimeo. Thank you so much for checking it out and supporting the show, and I can't wait to hear what you all have to say about it.
Cause everybody knows that I just can't help myself when I'm with